Hi everyone. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. This is just a personal essay read for my black belt project for White Tiger. I'm testing to black belt May 16th, 2020, and this is just a small part of the process for testing that I have to do, so thank you so much for clicking on the video and joining me on this little part. So I'll just jump right into it. When I was young and living in South Florida, my parents enrolled me in ballet and tap dance classes, and they enrolled my brother in sports like t-ball. When we moved to North Carolina just before I started kindergarten, my parents found a new ballet school for me to attend, and they enrolled my brother in Taekwondo at White Tiger Taekwondo and Martial Arts in Cary. I distinctly remember the day I chose martial arts over ballet. I was only 5 years old, and my parents took me with them to pick my brother up from class. I watched him on the mat having a great time, learning, being engaged with the instructors, and he bounced past us so quickly to show us that he had just earned his first black stripe on his white belt, and I asked my parents that very moment if I could do Taekwondo as well. And they told me that I would have to choose between ballet or Taekwondo and that I could not do both. I chose Taekwondo. And from that day on, I was, as my father would describe, as on a mission to receive my first degree black belt. When it was finally time to test for my first degree black belt, I lived in the dojang. My mother drove me to White Tiger 7 days a week to practice, rehearse, and train. I grasped the Korean terminology strongly and even helped my older brother learn. I always liked to demonstrate for my friends in my neighborhood and my fellow classmates at school. Unfortunately, shortly after I received my black belt, the entire country was in a recession and I could no longer continue going to the dojang. But as a child, I was not so upset about this. Working toward my black belt, I was at the dojang what felt like every day after school, as well as Saturdays and Sundays every single week. And as a 10-year-old, I honestly welcomed the idea of not going anymore, because I just wanted to ride my bike around the neighborhood with my friends, and they would sometimes even tease me about taking karate classes. My father's new job required us to move out of state, just 30 minutes outside of Washington, D.C. in Virginia. I made a friend there who was in Taekwondo, but their school was not Cookie-One affiliated like White Tiger, so I chose against practicing at a new dojang because of this, as well as wanting to remain a sense of loyalty to White Tiger. After going through high school and my first 2 years of college, Taekwondo seemed like a distant memory from a past life. The day I came back to White Tiger was Valentine's Day. I was driving around with my boyfriend Sam, and we were reminiscing about our separate childhoods together, pointing out different places we would both go to as children, and wondering if we had ever been in the same place at the same time. I soon recognized the area to be very close to where White Tiger was located, and I asked Sam if he'd be willing to stop so I could see my old dojang. Being interested in martial arts himself, he happily obliged, and we stopped in. It was during a time when no classes were going on, so the entire dojang was peaceful and quiet. Sam learned about the Wing Chun classes White Tiger offered and signed up that day. And I started back doing Lady Tigers instead of Taekwondo because I was, and still am, a full-time college student who does not make a lot of money at my part-time job, and I was really interested in an all-women female empowerment self-defense class. Sam thrived in Wing Chun and was a great student, and I thrived in Lady Tigers as well, and I even convinced my mom and 2 friends, Maria and Sarah, to sign up to do Lady Tigers with me. We were all doing really well in our classes. Unfortunately, the part-time job I work at is with children at a daycare, and I'm constantly getting sick with something that I pick up at work. I was once again sick in November, so I didn't attend the classes that month, and then the holidays came and went, and before I knew it, we hadn't attended classes in a few months, and by then I was feeling a little embarrassed about going back after missing so many classes. We went on without White Tiger in our normal lives for about a year and a half when I noticed in July of 2019 that Grandmaster Rondi had posted that she was looking to hire Taekwondo instructors. I, of course, had always admired my Taekwondo instructors when I was a kid and always wanted to be one of them. I decided to send a message to Grandmaster Rondi letting her know that I was interested in starting Taekwondo classes again to refresh my skills so that I could eventually become an instructor, because I knew it had been a long time since I had gone over the curriculum and would definitely be rusty on remembering all of the pumses and self-defense drills. She happily agreed and asked for Sam to come back as well and continue his learning of Wing Chun. And just like that, we were back at White Tiger every week taking classes. And with the help of great instructors like Wang Jiangnim, Mike Champito, and instructor Cole, My passion for martial arts was reignited, and in December of 2019, I signed up to begin the process of testing for my second degree black belt. This essay is only a small part of the process I have had to complete, and this process has felt long and stressful because I want to have every move I make be perfected before I do it, but it has also felt short in that I am so excited to finally be here testing. I have wanted to test for my second degree black belt for 14 years, since I first received my first degree at 10 years old. And this process has taught me a lot about self-motivation and perseverance. There were many times where after working all day, as well as doing my schoolwork for college, that I didn't have the mental energy to attend class, but I had to motivate myself and push through that mental block. After class, I always felt great and so proud of myself for going and learning. During these unprecedented times when we're all at home, my living room and backyard have had to become my makeshift dojang, where I have been practicing my pumses and self-defense drills. I'm proud of the progress that I have made this past year and intend to continue on with not just Taekwondo, but broadening my horizons with other forms of martial arts as well. I am proud that with the help of White Tiger, I'm becoming the person and martial artist that I've always wanted to be.